What is going on, Destiny fans? James from LiveThruGames here, bringing you the video that I've been waiting to bring you since the new expansion has come out. How to defeat the final boss of the raid, Crota. And man, he's an asshole, and it was a long, hard fight for the last couple of days of getting it down, but I finally did it. He's been defeated, and I'm happy to bring it to you and give you some tips, so if you're having trouble with it, then you can beat it. So as you can see, when you start off in this room here, after he's summoned with this cool little thing, you get attacked by tons of mobs from both sides, so you have to wipe them out before you can start doing anything. And we had 3 people shoot each direction, so you can clear it out evenly and begin the actual raid. So our strategy for the raid, you're going to want to split your fire team up into 3 different groups, as I'm going to call it. The first group is the sword guy, which is the most important guy on your team. You need to make sure that he's at least a 31, and you need to make sure that he's solid at jumping and is comfortable with getting right up in Crota's face. It's the hardest member, job of the group, and it's also, in my opinion, probably the coolest one because you get to go one-on-one with Crota and hit him in the face with a sword. The second group is the DPS guys, and pretty much your job is going to be to destroy mobs, help bring down the guy that carries the sword, and DPS on Crota's shield to prepare for the guy with the sword to hop up there and hit him like you can see right now. And the final job is the sniper. Now, most of the groups that I saw that I've talked to about beating it have 2 snipers, but in this instance, I'm the only one. So what you're seeing is the sniper's perspective. And pretty much the main job of the sniper is to kill the knights in the towers. So as much as I can, I'm looking up to this tower that you're seeing me aim at right now and destroying these guys before they can rain down with their boom tubes. And I'm also looking across to make sure I can kill the ones over there, and I can keep everything calm for the guys running around, so we're not getting one shot and brought down. So I'm going to explain to you how the debuffs work. The first one is called the Presence of Crota that you can see on my guy right now. What this does is it doesn't let you heal automatically, which sucks because if you get hit, you're staying in the red, and it's kind of a pain. And how you fix this is there's an item that's called the Chalice of Light that you can see above my super bars being passed around to my teammates, and this is how you heal. That guy with the blue icon's got it in his hand. The sword guy is going to pick this up as soon as you kill the mobs in the beginning, and this is your ticket to healing. If you need it, tell somebody, go run over to them and grab it, and you'll get your health back. And it can be passed around pretty quickly between party members, so this is how you heal up. And the final thing that you need to know is that if someone does get downed in the raid, which does happen in this run, you'll see it, Crota does a gigantic Sephiroth meteor summoning attack called Oversoul, where it pretty much brings down a green sun on you and wipes you all out. And to avoid this wipe, you have to shoot and do a certain amount of damage up into the sun that's behind him, and it'll dissipate and go away. So if you think that you have a chance at beating it still, even though someone was downed, do it. If not, save your ammo and just start over. Now, the biggest, I guess, tip that I can give you for killing them is that timing with this is everything. If you are quick, your sword guy is going to be able to get 2 attacks on Crota per sword instead of just 1. And to me, this is key to beating him. If you're too slow, Crota is going to start moving to the right over there before you can get that shot in. Another thing that you need to know is that you're going to get 2 swords in a row for a spawn, and then the third wave of guys that comes around is not going to have one, and it's going to be 2 ogres that come out attack you instead. So you're not going to be able to damage Crota for that period of time. So as you can see, what we're doing right now, we're running back into the room that you come into from earlier in the raid to hide, and we pretty much wait out the ogres and wait for them to show up, and we blast them down and pass the chalice around to heal while we're all on top of each other. So that's what you got to do. As soon as you kill them, hang back in here and wait until you see Crota start going back to the center, and when you see that, that's when you run out and step back up again, and the sword guy should start going out and start looking for the sword bearer to aggro over to the team so you can bring him down as fast as you can, because like I said, this is the key to beating him. Now, as far as the prizes go for the raid, from what I've seen so far, pretty much everybody is guaranteed something good. And if you kill Crota, you're not going to be getting just like shards. Everyone in this team got something, and the other two groups that I talked to you about in chat that I know have beaten it, they all got at least got a gun or a ship or something. So I think they've upped the prizes and they've decreased the total amount of drops you can get for the raid, but increased the chances of getting something good. And killing Crota, you will get something good. So that's good. You won't feel like you wasted your time. Won't be pissed off. I got the rocket launcher, which is pretty much the new a new miniature legendary Galahorn. It's I never even had, so I'm extremely excited to level that up and start being able to use that. Now, something else I think that's worth mentioning about the raid is, as you can see, our group here is setting up on the left side of the staircase. It's possible to set up in the middle, also around the top, you know, where we were kind of we were going down to take out the ogres that were coming. And from what I've read about it, the left side is a little bit quicker, but it's more risky, and the middle is safer from getting attacked. So if your team is really struggling to take down the knights, then you can set up over there, but then you would probably need 2 snipers to take out both of the knights on both sides, because you'll be in the center instead of over to the left. But pretty much I would basically leave this up to the sword bearer, or the sword guy, to decide what he wants to do, because he's gonna have to be the one that's gonna have to sprint down with the sword from the middle to get up there, or from the rock that he's standing on in our team to the left side. So whatever he's more comfortable with, I would say the raid should run with that. Now, another little tip I guess I can give you for being the sword guy from what we were doing with our group is, once this guy would pick up the sword, he would go and stand on a little rock that is like right below Crota's little area that he walks around in the center, and he would wait there for us to call out when the Crota shield was about halfway, and at that point somebody on your team would fire Galahorn at him and he would start going up there. And we got it down to where he would drop as soon as the sword bearer was standing in front of him, so he'd get the most amount of hits on him, and then he would get out of there after knowing he's done a good amount of damage without dying. And then he would go right back down to that little rock again, and we would do the same thing. Start DPSing him, hit him with Galahorn when he's at 50. When he's at 50, he starts going up there, and he drops him. And when he gets dropped, boom, he attacks him. So he's hard, he was tough, believe me. It took me a lot of tries, and I think I'm a pretty solid player at this game. But you'll persevere and you'll get him, and it'll feel great when you finally do. I can't even imagine what they're going to do in January for the hard mode of this. I can only hope that I have the 32 gear by the time that rolls around, although I'm not sure because I didn't get a piece of gear this week. As far as the raid armor, I just got the 1 gun. But my overall impressions of it, I think that the raid was way cooler than the first one. It was way more action-packed. It was way more intense. You know, the guys and tons of thralls coming at you all the time was a lot more fun to shoot at than just the boring Vex guys. Those are probably my least favorite enemies in the game to fight against. This raid was a badass. Bungie did a great job. I'm so happy to finally take it out. I'm glad that my actual voice over from what I'm saying in the game can't be heard, because when I finally killed them, there was definitely a lot of profanities shouted, and it was a feeling of elation to bring him down. So when you guys kill him for the first time, I hope you feel the same way. So I want to know what you guys thought about the whole Crota boss fight and the whole raid in general. So let me know what you think and comment on this video and tell me. I'll see it. I'll talk to you about it. You know, we can share strategies. Maybe you know something that worked even better. I don't know. I'd say this is a pretty good idea, you know, what our group was doing. But if you got something better, tell me about it. Let me know. And we can discuss it. So good luck killing Crota. You've now seen a little way how to do it, and happy hunting, and guys.